your latest slogan or your mantra right now is 1 crore jobs.
Absolutely.
And very relating it in a very different manner. Both these groups actually come down to that. Young kids are, just out there, a lot of college goers who will probably be, in the IITs and, others, but even others who would probably be doing an MCOM and things like that. And we see that there are a lot of problems with jobs today. And myself, I'm also struggling with the same thing. The kind of jobs that I want to do are not available. Is that the reason why you chose the 1 crore jobs as your final push?
See, today, to my mind, it's a do-or-die situation. For decades, for almost 2 decades, I've been articulating that, look, India has a bright future. Don't despair. Yes, we have problems, but we can fix them.
Right.
I believe that even now, but I can see that the economic opportunity is shrinking.
Right.
At the same time, we have a chance now because China is now going to give up the low-end jobs.
Right.
They're becoming more prosperous. And also, China is losing the labor force because of the one-child norm. But if we don't quickly grab this opportunity, by building infrastructure, setting our land acquisition policies right, getting power sector right, and at least modestly non-corrupt regime to promote investment and employment, and of course skills deficit in the short term and education deficit in the long term, then my fear is that Southeast Asia, some of the fast emerging economies of Africa and of course Latin America, they will take over.
Right.
And India would have missed this chance. I see that 100 million jobs are there for the asking in the next 10 years if we really set our house in order. If we don't do it, I really shudder to think. I really believe the 21st century would have escaped us.
Right.
And that's why I'm motivated, I'm angry. I'm also fired by enthusiasm because I know this can happen. Even when I met Mr. Narendra Modi the other day, I think about 48 hours ago, this is what I was telling him. Look, you will be the next Prime Minister anyway. It's more or less settled. But so many Prime Ministers have come, so many Prime Ministers have gone. So many governments have changed.
Right.
If that's all that happens, then that's the most tragic thing.
Right.
There must be a fundamental relook at both our economic policies and political institutions.
Right.
And there must be a radical democratic overhaul of both.
Right.
With creation of jobs and clean politics as the 2 central themes.
Right.
Otherwise, all this is worthless.
Right.
He seems to agree. He seems to really be motivated by that. And, well, we have to really make that happen in the next few years.
But again, Narendra Modi has been I wouldn't call it, but people have quoted him as being the divisive force. And many of your supporters have basically gone on and,
I can understand.
You know where I'm leading. Right.
See, the point is this. We cannot do away with the great national parties in this country or anywhere in the world.
Right.
Of course, they messed up. Of course, they undermined our democratic institutions. Of course, they betrayed us in some measure. The Congress perfidy in the form of socialism in the early era,
Right.
failure of education, healthcare even today,
Right.
failure to create jobs, going in for populist short-term freebies, and phenomenal corruption and dynastic politics. Together is an explosive mix. It damaged the country pretty badly. It set the trend for the rest of the parties too. It's not really what Congress has done to itself. It's also what Congress has done to other political parties, because Congress being the mother party is more or less the establishment and the trendsetter.
Right.
The BJP, by its non-inclusive, perceived whatever they claim, at least for some years in this country, perceived non-inclusive mindset, their vision of India being skewed and being somewhat obscurantist in some respects, is a problem too. Now, because I have problems with both these, do I now say therefore reject both of them and then let's do something? What do you think? You cannot do away with them.
Right.
2. When great national parties change course, and that's how history changes. The Conservative Party under Thatcher, or Labour Party later under Tony Blair,
Right.
or a Reagan revolution, basically fiscal conservatism and social liberalism.
Right.
You put them together.
Right. So you feel we are in a cusp?
We're in a cusp. Supposing, let us assume, the BJP is looking at that kind of a thing. At least their talk and their agenda now is in that direction. Is it not in the national interest that you give an incentive to them? Supposing tomorrow, the Congress party, Rahul Gandhi says, look, I'm ashamed that I am a dynastic successor. Whatever I claim, I have no business to be there in that form. I quit that. But I'll never be an influential worker because this is what the culture of Congress is. If without a position, I will actually work to radically transform Congress Party, make it non-dynastic.
Right.
And really end corruption, not merely talk about it.
Right.
The culture of corruption in Congress Party, which is so ingrained,
Right.
which is so much part of the DNA of Congress.
Right.
And I will aggressively pursue, very honestly and consistently and in an integrated manner,
Right.
policies of wealth creation and job creation, rather than freebies and short-term appeasement. I think we all should say kudos to him.
Right.
If you don't say that, why should he change? Why should any political party change?
Right.
So, we must learn lessons from the past,
Right.
but we must not be prisoners of the past.
Right. So you feel it's time to move on and give them a shot.
Absolutely.
Right.